Hi, this is video 4 in a series of videos on how to start a greenhouse importing and construction business. This one's going to focus on a few updates, some designs, how to submit a quote to the manufacturer, things like that. So first off, for the hobby style kit here, basically the 200 square foot, wanted to go through a few details on that. So this website, it's catchsunlight.com. In fact, if we just go through the process, if you go to catchsunlight.com and go to the kits, it'll come right up with the hobby style kit. So the hobby style kit, it has some basic drawings, some schematics, as well as some images of existing greenhouse that after it's complete. So this is what the actual kit comes at. I showed you before a couple different Excel spreadsheets. Those have been put online. Let me just show you how you can get those. So if you go and search for those, not search, but go to catchsunlight.com / just type in for the bill of materials that you saw, BOM underscore profit .xlsx, and that will come up and be downloaded. We can just pull that up into the downloads. Pull that up. I want to show that to you one more time. So this is what you already looked at, but this allows you to see what goes with everything. Similarly, if you look at that website, for instance, that we just were at, the kits, everything is itemized here, so you can go through and know what goes with what. So either way, if you want to pull down that spreadsheet, you can do that. Shows you the actual cost of each item. And then you could go to my website and see what I charge. I charge $5,000 for this one here, and I charge $10,400 for that one. So I'm not blowing smoke here. Accurate numbers, not embellishing. The other thing you can do here, I set this up with an RFI, a request for quote, RFQ, excuse me. So if you go to RFQ underscore greenhouses, plural, XLS. So this is XLS, not XLSX. Keep that in mind. So that'll download. You can go and grab from the directory, the download directory, that spreadsheet. And I want to show you something about this. I made it a little bit different this go around. I added this block here. In the former videos, I mentioned that you could do some line items. Well, it makes it a little easier. It adds cost. You can see it jumps up about $700, $800 or so. But I added in butt joint and H channel. You don't have to have this stuff. Keep in mind, maybe the easiest thing for you to do is go all 8 millimeter. So instead of the 37 12 millimeters, just add another 18 to that. You should be able to get 55 in there. Also, you could just switch everything to 6 millimeter as previously discussed. So if you do that, you just keep in mind the U channel in here is spec'd at 8 millimeter. So when you're going through this, I have the U channel as well as the two-part butt joint, both 8 millimeter. I want to be clear, the butt joint, 8 millimeter butt joint can work on 6, can also work on 4 millimeter, but the U channel needs to be specific. U channel and J channel are used interchangeably by the company, but it's actually ordered as U channel. So if you did decide to make a change on what thickness of panels to get, make sure you go through this and change like the aluminum U profile here. Instead of 8 millimeter, it'd be 6 if you go with 6 millimeter. You don't have to have the butt joint and edge trim. I built greenhouses without them. You can use lap joints. There's a lot of my customers don't buy it, so it really is your call. Okay, so what's the process? If you wanted to place an order, I'll show you where to email, but just include it. I'm not being a narcissist. I just don't know what else to call this. The company owner knows me really well, Russ Livesay. So if you use Russ Livesay style greenhouses with this, the guy will know right what he's doing. I've worked with this gentleman for quite a while. He's a good guy. So polyvalley.com is the website. Like I've said before, it's a very stable product line. Evan Wu is the company owner. Submit order, your order via this email, sales@polyvalley.com.cn for China. And then when you do that, include this spreadsheet with any modifications you have. you want to include also where your destination is, what port you're going to, that kind of stuff. So let's just show you how you would do this. So if you actually go to polyvalley.com, we're after multi-wall sheets. So if you go here, you can pull up, you know, a lot of information on this stuff. You can see what they have, but this is your spec sheet here. And if you take a look at it, particularly the 4-layer products here, you have, you know, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I like 8 millimeter. All my greenhouses, for the most part, are 8 millimeter. A lot of customers, though, want 12s and 16s. Do sell a lot of 16s, but 8 is the bread and butter. If you look at it, if you do the conversion here, it's 2.56 watt per meter Kelvin. Kelvin is it's centigrade, basically. Same gradation as a Celsius. But it corresponds, if you do convert it to the English units, that corresponds for the 8 millimeter to 2.22 R value. You can see the transmissibility. That means 71% of the light goes through the 4-layer. As a rule of thumb, generally 70% is kind of a magic number. You drop below 70%, you kind of on a threshold of slower growth. Higher you are above 70%, faster growth, it gets too hot. You go to like a 77%, you're going to need shade cloth in the summertime. So this 8 millimeter is really perfect, really good growth rates, don't have any problems with it. So let's say you're going to place an order. Let's go through this process. So email sales@polyvalley. Just copy the email address. If I go over to my email, let's see, what do I have here? Let's just do a compose really quick, Control V. So, you know, order Russ Livesay. Once again, I'm not a narcissist. Style greenhouses cargo container load. Okay. Poly Valley. I don't know who you're gonna talk to. They have quite a few people. Normally, I use Evan Wu directly as a company owner, and we've worked together on some of these products. So, but it's a big company, and it's really cool that Evan's willing to, you know, work directly with a, you know, a guy like me. But in any event, it'll go through, and it'll go where it needs to go. So, so you basically say, I want to order one 20-foot cargo container per the attached request for quote. This needs to be delivered to wherever you are. I don't know, Denver, whatever your port is. Let's say you're going to, I'm going to use Long Beach, California. Okay, easy enough. And then what you do is go and just modify this with your information, and then, you know, you're pretty much done. Go ahead and just put your file in, and away we go. You know, so let's say you've updated that already, and then just pump it out. You're done. You put your contact information. They'll get back with you, arrange for shipping, everything else, tell you what to pay. If you know, the subsequent emails, you can work out if you want to go to Alibaba. But that's it. It's real easy. So, you know, that's all it takes. If you want to make this happen, great. If not, totally cool. I'll also put the links in for these two spreadsheets so you have them. It'll be in the comments of this video. I'll also put the links in for the hinges, the sliding bolt latches, and the handles. I'm not making any money off of Amazon. I'm not smart enough to figure out how that works. But that way, if you do want to order these items, you can, you know what to get. As far as the sliding bolt latches, you can't buy them online. You actually have to go into the store. So I talked to the manager. I pay just normal price for them. I'll say, hey, manager, please order me 200 or 400 or whatever. Just shoot me an email or something. I'd be really interested to know if you start a business. I'd actually like to know how it goes, where you're located. In other words, if people contact me and say, hey, you think this is a good idea to do here? At least I'll know, well, you know, 2 other people are doing that. You know, it's your call. But another idea, so the very first load I did, I was really scared. You know, I think it was just polycarbonate, and I'm thinking it was about 25,000, maybe 28,000 total with tariffs and everything. So just buying a load of like 8 millimeter and 12 millimeter polycarbonate. and I didn't want to take the risk. It was scary for me. So I just found a guy that wanted to partner up. I actually partnered up on 2 loads initially, my first couple loads with different people that wanted to build greenhouses, but were just shocked by the crazy cost of polycarbonate buying at retail. So that's how we did it initially. So the proposition here is 55,000 is a crazy amount of money. Well, why not get like 5 folks together, 11,000 a piece? That gets you 2 hobby style greenhouses. Add 1 extra greenhouse metal in and reduce that number, the 37 panels up on top we talked about before. Reduce that down, throw on the steel for another hobby style kit. Your price really is going to be about the same because you're offsetting it with removing those panels. So each of the 5 members get 2 hobby style kits, 1 commercial kit for 11,000. But I mean, you retail those at 22,000, 21,000, with a few extra panels here and there. Go build it for your mom, your grandma, your whatever. The other thing is too, when you're going to need to build about 3 greenhouses before you're competent enough to go market yourself. So I'd really kind of plan that out, get some experience. But I definitely wouldn't just charge off starting a business without having built one yourself. So what I'm getting at is find 5 people, go buy a load, split it up, go build some greenhouses, make sure you know what you're doing. You're not losing money. Just charge your friends, family, whoever, what the material cost is. You're going to break even. It's impossible to lose money on this. I mean, how would you lose money? I mean, the wholesale product is just so dirt cheap. You're definitely going to find a buyer for it no matter what, at least at what you're paying for it. So there's nothing but upsides on this. So after you follow the process we've outlined in these videos, you're going to be notified that your cargo is available at the port. It's cleared customs. Your cargo broker is arranged for shipping. So you're going to target a date. One thing to keep in mind, you have like a 3-day window. You got to move on it. So don't plan that you're going to be out for a while during your projected time of arrival. It makes it kind of challenging because of TSA holdups or union issues or things like that. So you just got to kind of be flexible when that gets in. But once it arrives and you schedule a day, honestly, I find you could offload with 2 people, but it's kind of handy. 3, 4 might be kind of handy. 2 people can do it. Honestly, 1 person can do it, but it would be very challenging with the panels. It's really helpful to have 2 people. At least, particularly with the steel. You could do it with 1 person, but you're going to get really tired moving that fast for 2 hours. It's nice to be able to change things out. It's an incredible workout. The video shown, it's not the invoice that we're talking about. The load that I currently have in Los Angeles, it's not arrived yet. This is an earlier load from this year, but it just shows it's basically the same material. So what you're looking at here, those are the hoops. That's what they look like when they're coming out. Underneath that, you have a bunch of different pieces. So you that big pile of tangled mess. Those are the miscellaneous stuff. What I find easier is have the truck driver move to the different locations where I'm staging stuff for resale. A lot of times when they do deliver, there's stuff all over inside where they've fallen out of the bags. You got to pick all those up. But it gives you a feel. 1 load is a lot of stuff. I mean, you get a lot of stuff with a single delivery. So even though it's a 20-foot container, I don't think you realize just how much stuff is jam-packed. 13 and a half, 14 metric tons of stuff, what that works out to be. It's monstrous. So that all came out. That was just, the bottom few rows, to give you a feel for the square tubing that acts as a purlins. In addition, that's what the box of screws, washers, tape, that's what it looks like. My shed here is kind of messy. I have a few different sheds where I store stuff. So there's 5 kits. We stacked them. 5 of the commercial kits, the hoops anyway. It doesn't have all the trussing there. But it gives you a feel for what this looks like. I appreciate your time. Hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.